Rikers is a treacherous place. I had people sending me pictures of their violence and, yo, let me know anybody you need. And I'm just like, man, let me get the fuck away from this person because I'm out of here in a few and I'm not about to get an extra charge looking with you. Harvey Weinstein was my neighbor.
So what do you think was the worst thing you saw there? Troy Ave opens up about his upbringing, his criminal case, and surviving Rikers Island. Today, he breaks down what jail was really like, how the system changed him, and what life looks like after coming out the other side. Where'd you grow up, Troy?
Brooklyn, New York. Where'd you grow up?
I was actually born in Manhattan. But,
what part? Because I'm looking for that. I'm looking for a condo in Manhattan.
I lived there for 1 month.
Oh, that doesn't count.
My dad's from Brooklyn, though.
What part?
He grew up in Coney Island.
Oh shit! Before it got gentrified.
Yeah, he's from back in the day.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Coney Island. Damn, good thing he don't live there now.
Yeah, his dad was an immigration attorney. Back in the day, and then they moved up here. They had a house in Danbury, a summer house.
Oh, and then they end up just kicking it.
Yeah, and then when I was born, they renovated the summer house, and I grew up here in Danbury, the town over.
So the thing that people don't understand about some houses is that, like, it's really a thing that you don't think. Like, you were actually privileged. You grew up having a summer house, right? Or did his father have a summer house?
I lived in his old summer house, yeah.
So that's certain shit that we don't think about growing up. Like, where I'm from, you don't, like, you see it on movies. Oh, we have a place in the Hamptons or a place whatever. And I never even thought I would be doing that or living like that. I'm like, man, that's stupid. Why you got two homes? But then here I am. Shout out to Butch Lewis, R.I.P. Butch Lewis. Great man. Anybody who listens, tell him about voice, tune in, Google Butch Lewis. He gave Bob Johnson startup money for BET. Butch Lewis had me at Cipriani's hanging out for dinner with fucking Denzel Washington, Heath Ledger, Roberto Cavalli. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, Butch Lewis had a house in Delaware, like a little mini mansion in Delaware. Then he had a beach house in Delaware, a few hours apart. Never knew Delaware was this big. And then he had a apartment, a condo in Manhattan. And I'm like, oh shit, I had to get exposed to certain shit to realize, like, oh shit, you could actually live like this. You could have two homes in one state. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what has me like right now I gotta I'm not trying to style again. I always gotta say that. Right now we call it the big house. So on the estate. And then I just bought a house on a country club. Feel me? Like some fly shit, golf course, all that. Then I got my apartment, my condo in New York. So it's like you gotta see it to achieve it sometimes. Just like on a lower level, but no discredit. When I used to work, and I was probably like 17 working, and like some of the guys that was there, they put me on like, yo, you gotta have a convertible foreign car and you gotta have an American truck. I never knew that because growing up, everybody in my hood, they just had either no cars or a hoopty, but the main thing was making sure you had like iceberg and fucking some fly clothes, you know what I'm saying? And like have enough money for bottles on the block in the hood or to go out. But like sometimes you see different shit and that sets the bar. Like, oh shit, I could do that and achieve it. So
what was your upbringing like?
My upbringing was good. I mean shit. My moms and my pops, they wasn't together, but my pops was definitely present. His whole side of the family, from my grandfather, R.I.P. to Papa. I'm named after my pops and my grandfather, and my son's named after them. So, my father would pick me up every weekend. It was summers, different vacations. My moms would take me on vacations. Like my upbringing was good. I went from apartments to moving into a house when I was probably like about 15. It was cool. I grew up in a rough place, Crown Heights, Brooklyn, and shit like that. But it was good. I ain't grow like a bunch of people. But man, fucked up. We had roaches in our cereal. We had to eat eat cereal with a fork, like all that type of bullshit. I ain't go through that. That's why I don't be making songs about it. I don't glorify that. I just could be me. But I think it was good. There's people better. There's people who were brought up like better and more opulence, and but it was way more people brought up in less, like a pyramid. You may not be at the top of the pyramid, but I was definitely not at the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
What'd your parents do for work?
Both of my parents work for Verizon. And it's funny because I seen when you did the Bobby Shmurda shit, his mom worked for Verizon. Like, the fuck? Was that a Brooklyn thing?
What are the
Like,
odds?
Yeah, you feel me? I'm like, both my pops work for Verizon. And funny story, shout out to my grandfather. My mom's was about to get fired on my pops, one of them. And my grandfather, Roland Collins Sr., she was about to get fired for whatever. And my grandfather, he was fucking the manager. So he ended up saving her job. So I always joke about that with women, like, look, the fucking bitches does some good. Cause imagine my mom's got fired from that job, then, maybe I wouldn't have been here. So can't complain.
What was a valuable lesson that your parents instilled in you as a kid?
Valuable lesson as a kid. That's a good question. Nobody ever asked me that. People ask me a lot of questions. I'll tell you one valuable lesson my mom's instilled in me. I could say my mom's and my pops, but I was with my mom through the whole process. It was ownership. I saw them go from renting apartments to owning a home. And then not only ownership, people talk about, real estate, all that shit like that. Like, it'd be a bunch of bullshit. But really, I saw them going from paying, I don't know, $1,500 rent living in Park Slope to now I buy a home, and I think the mortgage might have been $2,000. But excuse me, the mortgage was $2,000, but it was a 2-family home, and the tenants was paying like $1,300. So now you looking at it like you paying $700 in mortgage instead of $1,800 in rent, which gets flushed down the toilet. You could pay rent 20 months in a row. You miss it, the landlord throws you out in your fucking head. So once I saw that, I'm like, oh, okay. That always was burnt in my head. Like, man, ownership. Ownership. So that's why, like, I only really had an apartment for a year before I actually bought a property. So I could say I learned that from my mom's, because I was there with the whole process of picking out homes. My pops, he just bought a home. He moved from Queens and Long Island. That's what a lot of people from Queens do when they like come up. And so it's funny how important that was, is that I carry that with me in my everyday life. I feel like renting is a waste. Like, even if I'm talking with people, friends or whatever, or like, I try to always push them to, you know, you can own some shit. Like, how much money you make? Okay, well, if you just save or you just gone for a little bit, like, you could save, you could put money aside and you could own some shit that's better than renting. Because renting is flushing your money down the toilet. Owning is equity. It's putting your money in the bank. That was a valuable lesson. I don't know about a bunch of other shit. I could sit here and think about it, but
How were you as a kid? Teenage you? What were you like?
teenage me was fucking bad. Younger me was bad, but not so bad, because I didn't have the freedom and I still had the fear. I feel like, for lack of a better term, fear. I feel like most kids, if you growing up in harsh conditions, you should have some type of fear of your parents. And they act like fear is a bad term. Oh, fear. But like, you need a father that's gonna raise a voice and then you straighten up. Like, yo, cut the bullshit. And you know what I'm saying? You need a mother to, like, damn, if I get in trouble, my mom's gonna whip my ass. That's what deterred me from selling crack at 13 and you know what I'm saying, at 12 and 14 and shit like that. Just having that. But like, I was bad as far as like getting into fights. I wasn't like bad like certain shit. I don't steal. I don't, like, just certain shit. We be like, damn, this person's a piece of shit. Like, I always had integrity with me, but like, I would love to fight. I love to fight. I love to go to like the boxing gym and just try out and fight with the boxers, because I know I was more aggressive and shit. And yeah, I just like fighting a lot, but not bullying people, fighting. But teenage me was like horrible, because I had the freedom where it was like dumb shit, like things that if my sons did this today, I would feel like I failed as a parent. Like certain robberies, like me, like we'll be sitting down like in some shit like this. Me and a couple of my friends, and we'll be like, "Yo, we heard they got this drug spot right here. They got a bunch of coke in it. Let's go rob it." No real recon, nothing. It's just like, "Oh, where? I bet. Get the guns. We out. We gonna rob shit. Smoking weed, like trying to blow the little circles in the shit. Smoking mad weed in the house, getting high as a kite for no reason. We used to be like, higher than the kite, lower than the flight. Just fucking retarded. Um, what else? Going on like stupid gangbanging shit. Shit that you be like, damn, it ain't you going on gangbanging missions, but the OG, say quote unquote, the OG is like if you 15 and the OG is 21, 22, you like, damn, Mr. OG, but the OG, we're having gang meetings in his mama's house and he sleeps with his brothers and sisters in one bedroom. Like, damn, if I grow up to be an OG, this is where I aspire to be. That's bum shit. You feel me? So, yeah, I got a little bit, I ran off the track, got a little bit misguided, but shit happens. You feel me? And I think that's why, like, I am more of an active parent. You know what I'm saying? Not taking anything away from my pops, but like my pops wasn't in the streets. I was in the street. So I'd be damned if my sons is in the streets. You feel me?
Where do you think that aggression came from?
I mean, I always had the aggression, like with fighting and mm, I think just being like if you already got aggression, being in the streets and being in gangs and in different environments, it rewards aggression as opposed to um like being in organized sports and like violence. Unless you're doing football and you hitting somebody, it doesn't reward aggression. So when you taking your talents, for lack of a better term, and you putting it into a negative place that rewards it, it's like a lot of times in the hood, ignorance is rewarded. You could come home from doing 4 years of college and you're not going to be greeted with the same enthusiasm as you would if you did 4 years in jail. You feel me? So I don't know. I just always been like I'm the type that just bully the bullies. So I guess that that was my aggression. I never liked to. I would defend my friends that might be, not to say weaker, but like, you know what I'm saying, not as aggressive against other people. Like I don't like that. So
What
I just
attracted
carried
you
it over.
to gangs?
What attracted me to gangs? Damn, I could like it's two ways to answer that. In one way, and they both honest, two things would be true. I could say I was being a follower, but then at the same time, I end up going into the gang with the um the hopes of being the leader of the gang and having my own shit. You feel me? So I went to the gangs as a way to like, okay, I see the gangs have this certain neighborhood and fare. If I join a gang, which all of my friends are in, and I know like I'm one of the most aggressive out of them, and they in this shit, well then I could get with this gang and I could just start selling my little drugs in here because the gang already got a chokehold in the neighborhood. So it's like, okay, y'all in the violence, y'all invoking fear. Well, here, I'm gonna invoke some money. Come on, let's do this. And guess what? If you don't, here, take this pack and sell it. If not, the gang gonna come get you. So I think just the opportunity in it, and then like all of my peoples, not all, but a majority of my peoples is already like, yo, we come on, like, and then, yeah, I think that's it because it's weird because I had a couple of my other friends that they wasn't in gangs, they didn't get involved in this shit, so I wonder like, what was their mindset versus my mindset? You feel me? And I guess maybe like the ones that didn't, they were from different neighborhoods or whatever. So I think, damn, what really attracted me? I guess the opportunity and the ignorance at the same time. Because if you knew, if you had foresight, or if I had foresight, I wouldn't be attracted to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So just the ignorance and the opportunity attracted me.
When you were a teenager, did you see gang life as your future, or did you see a different career path?
Damn, that's another good question. Nah, that shit was short lived. I never thought about it. That shit was short lived. I wasn't like, cause I wasn't all in. I like while other people was in it. The gangs that we had in New York, they were more so from the West Coast. So I always looked at it like, man, we not fucking West Coast people, man. Like, I mean, it's cool if we like make it ours, because you might have people that are in fucking Arkansas and they banging a West Coast gangs that originate out there. But like if we make it ours, like I had to kind of have the gang reinvent itself on some all right, we don't give a fuck about none of that West Coast shit. This what we doing right here. You know what I'm saying? Just to like in your mind make you think like this is yours. But or you name it after your street. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. They don't got that street on the West Coast or whatever. But damn, that's nuts. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's all dumb shit. Like that shit is dumb. But it's in hindsight that is dumb. And I wish that I had more. I wish that I had somebody like me. Not wish that because it worked out for me in the long run. But if I had somebody like me that was successful and be like, man, that's dumb shit. The fuck? Look at your OGs. They're bums. They broke as fuck. They don't got no bitches. It's not real. It's not attractive women in gang life. Far and few in between. You feel me? So like, if I had somebody show me that, like, man, come on, look what I'm in. I'm in this Lamborghini. Nobody in your gang got this. I'm in this Ferrari. Nobody got this. You see my house? Got 6 bathrooms. Nobody in your gang got this. Come on, let me show you a different way. Then I'd have went a different way. But that worked out. But it was short term. It was short lived. I wasn't on some. Once I got on, I had a situation where some shit happened, and then I felt like the gang wasn't like the same. They wasn't like there how I thought the gang should be. You feel me? It's like I had to do some violence by myself, and I'm like, and then it was one of my homeboys. Shout out to my man Chino. He wasn't in the gang but he got actively violent with me, like together. And I'm like, man, you're not even in the gang, and these fucking suckers ain't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. I can say I didn't see it as like grown up life because it was nothing to aspire to. I wanted bigger things. Pause. Bigger things is crazy.
I want to talk about credit for a second because this is something I really lived. When I got out of prison, I didn't just have a fresh start. I had no credit, no cards, no history, nothing. And nobody explains how brutal that actually is until you're trying to rent an apartment, finance a car, or just not get laughed at when you apply for anything. I wish someone had broken this down for me earlier. Ava is a credit building app that's designed to work fast and help your credit score where it really matters, so your credit score can start climbing with almost zero effort. That's why Ava clicked for me. Instead of one of those secured cards where you lock up your own money and wait weeks, Ava can approve you in about 5 minutes with up to a $2,500 credit limit and no credit check. That alone would have changed my life when I was coming home. What's wild is how simple it actually is. You just pay your regular monthly subscriptions like you already do using the Ava Credit Builder card, and Ava reports those on-time payments to all the major credit bureaus. That's how you build real credit history without jumping through hoops. They can even report things like rent, utilities, and phone bills, including past payments, so stuff you're already paying finally works for you. I had the first real credit win moment where you check your score and it's actually moving the right direction. And if you've ever had bad or no credit, you know how big that feels. If you want to stop stressing about your credit and actually take control of it, Download the Ava app, AVA, and when you join using my promo code LOCKEDIN, you'll get 20% off your first year, monthly or annual, your choice. Again, grab the Ava app and use promo code LOCKEDIN so they know you heard it from me, and you'll get 20% off any plan for up to a year. That's promo code LOCKEDIN. Thanks to Ava. Now go get yourself good credit. Were you passionate about music as a kid?
Absolutely not. I just listened to it. And you're good too. This guy's not reading off a fucking, what's the camera? This guy's not reading off
I got
any
the
index
teleprompter
card.
behind you.
Oh, he does?
No.
No, I was about to say, that was good. All right. He's not reading off of nothing. He's just flying off the cuff, kind of like. Nah, I mean, I used to listen to music. I loved like hip hop, shit like that, but I wasn't passionate about music. I ever thought I would do any music or anything. It kind of just like, kind of not so much fell in my lap because I had to work towards it after. But yeah, it was just like the games. Seeing the opportunity and whatever else I said. It was opportunity and ignorance that led me to music. Real shit.
So did you end up graduating high school?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of these fucking bums, I feel like, I mean, and whatever, whoever's offended is offended. I feel like if you don't graduate, you know what, a lot of people didn't graduate high school. But I think it's your parents' fault at that time. A lot of times, these people don't have a father around. And we not just gonna throw shades on the dads. A lot of times, if you don't have a father, guess what the reason is?
Because of the mother?
Because your mother's a bitch. It's a fact. It's a lot of times. It is what it is. It's easy. I even tell a lot of dads, like, I had to go to court and fight for joint custody of my kids. These moms be bitter and they want to keep the dads away and whatever, and it's all to the detriment of the child. But I like no matter what type of bad and mischievous shit I did, like, you know, in the streets as a teenager, I was always intelligent. You feel me? I feel like that's how it got me to where I'm at today. You gotta have some sort of smarts on you. And I think as parents, like, how the fuck you let your kid wake up at 14, 15 and not go to school? It's one thing to do shit after school, but like, listen, you ain't gonna be a bum in my house. Go get a fucking job or go to school. And don't get it twisted. Everybody don't have to graduate high school or go to college. I got a lot of my Italian friends. I got matter of fact, my contractor, he didn't graduate 8th grade. That was his highest level of education. And he makes more money than most people. You know what I'm saying? And he talks about it all the time. Another friend of mine, his son was fucking up in school. He said, you know what? Come on, you're going to be a plumber with me. Let's get this bullshit school shit out the way and come on. But you got to be doing something productive. You can't just be hanging out on the block, not doing nothing. I feel like school is a means to, it's like a placeholder until you figure out what you actually want to do in life. You feel me? Like, did you go to college? You graduate high school?
I graduated. My parents always said you got to graduate high school.
At the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. And like, you didn't go to college?
No, never went. I went to prison.
You went to prison, college. Right? Yeah, prison was a horrible place. But look, you probably earn more than most people who went to college. I know people with their doctrines who they're still trying to figure it out. They're too qualified for certain jobs, and they don't have enough experience to get other jobs. So they just caught in the middle.
I also think that most people... As we
speak, that's my kids ordering a bunch of fucking Roblox and shit. You shitting me? My iCloud account is suspended right now. They ordered thousands of dollars in Roblox. But if you a fucking bum and you don't go to college, you may not have the money. No, not college. Graduate high school so you can have money so your kids go order Roblox and shit.
Yeah, and most people that go to college for something don't even end up in that career after.
They end up in liberal arts and just waste people's time and money and have student loans. This is bum shit. It's ridiculous.
Did you end up going to college?
I went. I didn't attend. I went to sign up. I went for like 3 days in a row and just walked the hallways and bagged a bunch of women.
What college did you go to?
I went to BMCC for 3 days. I didn't attend the school. I went there. I went signing up for 3 days and like I said, I bagged a bunch of bitches or women. And they was like girls at that point and just met them and then, you know, parlay with them. And I think I had like a Chevy Tahoe on 22s at the time. Just fuck with bitches. That was it. I didn't go to any college class.
And your money was coming from the streets at that time?
Um, a little bit. I had a job. I worked for Verizon. My mom's finagled me a job at Verizon, and I was selling crack like 8 balls.
Even though you were against crack or drugs for that matter, and
I was
in your
never
teens,
against drugs.
but your parents were.
No, I'm so I'm the dealer, not the user. So I'm against the usage of drugs or the abuse of drugs, but I'm not against the selling of it. Like somebody got to sell the shit. You feel me? Um. So yeah, I was selling my little 8 balls, but it was like a low level at that time. It was a low level. It was like get get wholesale 8 balls for $85 from some Jamaicans, and then shout out to Royal. Like me and him was doing our thing together. Get them from 85 and sell it for 110, and then it just so happened that it's funny. I had money from working an actual job. So by me working an actual job, I had more money than most people in the streets. So I would get the money from that and I would use it to buy a bunch of 8 balls. I might buy like an ounce, which is eight balls, and then I would sell it. But I'm paying $85. I'm making what's that? I'm selling for 110. So I'm making like, I don't know, 20 bucks. What 25 bucks, whatever it is. Times that by 8, that's like 200 bucks. But it's going quick. And then you get that adrenaline, like, yeah, I'm selling crack type shit. So that led to other things later on down the line.
How does that lead to music?
All right, so it's funny. The same person that I told you about, his name is Royal Karim. We was out in the streets together, and then we end up getting like into some shit. We was just dumb, young shit, doing violence and shit. And then he gets locked up for attempted murder. And when he gets locked up, I'm a part of that at the time. It's so long ago, but I'm a part of that, but I don't get locked up. You feel me? So it's like, all right, now we go down, just being a real one. I'm like, all right, street code, when your peoples get locked up, you go down and you bail them out. So I take my little work money, a little bit of crack money, and I'm trying to bail my man out. And his brother is like, they don't give him no bail for whatever at the time, like a remand. And his brother is like a military guy, and he kind of like scares me straight. I say kind of like because it was like I wasn't scared straight, but not trying to be like bravado and shit, but like it was like fuck. It was like an awakening. He like, yo, my little brother is going away for life. And y'all want to be running around the streets doing this bullshit. You need to get your ass in the studio and stay there. Now, rewind to when he was doing some music shit and he actually put us in the studio. He paid for all the studio time. Shout out to Latik. Latik had a studio in Brooklyn, and that was his man. And he said, yo, let them go in there and work. Because prior to that, we would smoke weed in the hallways and freestyle, whatever. And when I went actually lay down the track, like a majority, like everybody, like, yo, my voice sounds fire. And like, you never know your voice till you lay down the track. You're like, yo, your voice sound fire. Yo, you sound good. And I'm like, word. All right, back to the street shit, fucking around. So when he gets locked up, I'm like, fuck, my money can't even get him out. Like, we can't get out of his trouble. And so I'm like, all right, his brother, just as me, like, not trying to feel like, yo, my man going to jail for life. I ain't never been in a situation where somebody got attempted murder and like, damn, the person's in ICU, they might die. So I'm like, all right, let me just make his family happy or his brother and go in the studio full time because he know I was there. He know I could be locked up too, but I wasn't. So now I start going in the studio more and I start recording more songs all while my peoples is on the Rikers Island fighting this case and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like maybe like a month later or whatever, shout out to his pops. His pops ended up paying a guy that was on life support after he came back too. He paid the guy and the guy didn't say nothing and my man was out free and we didn't learn no fucking lesson. So that was the end of that. So it didn't really, but in that period of time, he was locked up and we talking on the jail phone and shit. Like you hear about shit like that with Tupac, with the jail calls, and until you got somebody that's actually in there, it affects you differently. And so within that time period, I got a bunch of songs out and like now I'm playing it for people and shit. So it's just sounding, it's just like more. Was able to take it a little bit more seriously.
Were you passionate about music though?
Nah, fuck no.
Were you just doing it for a money perspective at that time?
I was doing it to appease one of my homies' brothers who was arrested because of a crime that me, him, and a few others did. And then also before that time, or around that time, I can't remember, um, somebody from my neighborhood ended up getting a record deal where they got like 6 figures, maybe 100-something thousand. And that was more money than we ever seen. And he got that, and he was like, he was rapping bullshit. He rapping about shit that I'm really living. So I'm like, the fuck, how you get that? I still supported and championed him, but I'm like, oh shit, if he could get that rapping about shit that somebody else living, imagine somebody who really living it, what they could get. So those two culmination of things made me more like, okay, well, let me try some music shit. You know what I mean? It just all came together in a pot. Like it was like the perfect storm.
But not everyone can just do that. There has to be some talent there, right?
Yeah. Well, nowadays you don't really need talent. You just need hype and buzz or to go viral or some shit. You feel me? But you know, at these times, yeah, you needed some talent. I was talented at putting words together that was truthful and telling my story. So as like how we're in Connecticut now, I used to go to Norwich, Connecticut. I was just telling my boy Durham, like, man, I haven't driven up this road with drugs with me in a while. So I used to go to Norwich, Connecticut. I used to bring 2 kilos. Shout out to Pop. I don't know if he's still doing his thing. So unshout out to him. I want to hot him up. But I used to like bring work out there, and one of my people's, my man D, put me on out here because RP, another partner of ours named Gummy, he went out there first, and he was like in the town and shit, and all them towns around Norwich or whatever. And then, you know, we met somebody and we started coming up here, cooking up work and selling like, I bring a brick out here, I bring 2 bricks with me, he'll sell off 1 brick, cook half a brick, whip it up, he'll turn 1,000 grams into like fucking 1,400, some crazy shit. I'll take half back, leave half on him with him on consignment, and go back and sell all that whip work. And like, what I would do at that time is I would still have my mixtapes. So everybody that would buy work from him, I'll be, yo, hey, make them buy fucking 20 mixtapes. All my people that will buy weight from me, if you come to get a quarter brick, half a brick, I'm gonna give you, hey, yo, take 100 CDs, just give me fucking $100 or some shit. It cost me $50 to make 100, jewel case and everything. Take that and give it to everybody that buys work from you, whether they buying an ounce, whether they buying 8 balls. Everybody that buys work from you, give it to them or sell it to them, whatever you want to do. And how the fuck you gonna tell me no? You coming to buy work from me? Like, I'll charge you a higher price if you tell me no. You feel me? So that and me talking about the shit that we live in, well, like imagine like I start doing music and I'm talking about I'm doing a fucking interview with you, and now you hear it in the song, you're gonna be more attached to that music where it's like, nah, this is our shit. Look, he talked about sitting in the couch with me. So now them people was pushing it more than they people. And when I came to Connecticut, it went there. I was pushing in New York. And then that, I guess with me having some talent and really talking about shit in real life situations, that was like, again, the perfect storm that just worked out.
How long did it take for you to get some legs on it, for you to really realize, wow, there's something here, and maybe even your first paycheck from it?
So I think I dropped the project called, I had projects before called, what initially happened was it was like the mixtape era where DJs were doing mixtapes, and, you know, shout out to Big Mike and all these type of DJs. And, you know, you call the number on the mixtape, yo, I got a song, I wanna get on your mixtape, what's up? And the DJ told me like $1,200 or whatever. At that time, I didn't have 1,200 to blow. I had 1,200, but I was like, the fuck, spend 1,200 on that? What? I had just spent maybe 1,400, 1,500 on the MPC. I'm like, that's a better investment than getting on beat number 30 on your slot. I thought it was just like you put people on off the love. I ain't understand the business of it. And I took that same 1,200, probably 1,000, and I made my own mixtape by myself. I said, well, fuck that. I'm gonna make my own shit. And it might have been called G Unit versus Troy Ave. And it was G Unit songs and my songs. It was verses, but it wasn't like me dissing them and going, I don't even know them at the time. My songs, they songs, and I'm selling it to people. Boom. So now I became my own mixtape DJ. Then I did Dipset versus Troy Ave. And then I'm selling that and it's starting to catch legs. You feel me? And then once when I would go out and move that and sell that in different neighborhoods, I would let everybody know, like, I went and sell it. Like, I'm not panhandling in the street. Yo, get my tape. I'm pulling up Chevy Tahoe on 22s. You feel me? Like late new body, and I'm looking like money. I'm in my Benz. After that, I got the big body Benz. I'm pulling up. Hey, yo, come through. Yo, what's up? Yo, this is my new tape. Yo, we got this shit. Yo, support that shit, man. I got my own label. We selling our shit. And people like, word, yo, I ain't got no bread on me. If somebody said they ain't got no bread, man, that shit only $5, boy. Ain't worry about it. Just cop that. I'm fucked up. Man, take it for $3 if you fucked up. All right, I could do $3. Somebody else might, yo, pull up. Hey, yo, it's my new shit. Troy Ave, man, got a label, dropping new shit, independent out the streets, out of Brooklyn. They like, oh, word, yo, I ain't got it. Man, that shit ain't about nothing, boy. It's $3, no money. It's fucking like, yo, take it for $1. Fuck it. Take it for $1. If you fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? Just spread the word. All right, I could do $1. Everybody could do $1. I'm coming out with 200 CDs every day. Sometimes we tell people, yo, take it for $1. If they broke, matter of fact, take it. If you like it, when you see me, just pay me $5. And I done had people 3-4 years later pay me $10 for the shit. But every time I would pull up, I'm selling to everybody. I'm going. So in New York, our avenues are like this. It's the avenues, and then blocks. So let's say you in Harlem, just because Harlem is numbered. You might go from 1st Ave all the way to 12th Ave. And then you might go from 125th Street to 145th Street. So I'm going through every avenue. Boom, boom, boom. Then I might go from 125th to 140th. Okay, stop. I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm going from 140th to 160th. That's when you start going uptown, whatever. But now in Brooklyn, I said Harlem because Manhattan is numbered. Brooklyn has like names and words. So just to make it easier for the audience. See, that's me and my podcast thinking how people would think. But shout out to the Troy Ave podcast. Y'all go tune in and shit. But anyway, when I went in certain blocks, like I'm in East New York, I'm in Crown Heights, where I'm from, certain places, you could tell who out selling drugs, who hustling, who trapping. And then I'd be like, hey, yo, when they cop, most of the hustlers, they copping because they got $5, they got $3, they got money. You know what I'm saying? They might pull up, yo, take a dub, just give me 4 of them CDs. I just want to get you off my block. They cop and they support them, but I'll let people know, hey, yo, boy, I got that weight too. Weight is like, hard, like not broken down dimes. Suppose that it'd be like 8 balls, ounces, big 8, 62 grams, 125, whatever. Yo, I got weight too, or hard. They be like, yo, hard or soft? Pause. Soft means coke, hard means crack. But yo, I got weight or hard. And now now not only am I making a little $3, $5 off a CD, but now I got somebody buying some crack off me too. Hey, yo, listen, yo, I take a half an ounce. All right, cool. Now, mind you, I told you I was getting it for 85, and I'm selling it for 110 or whatever, you feel me? So I'm making my little 25. So I would do that, and then I would just like that made me like see like, oh shit, this shit could be profitable because I'm double working. I'm not letting the job work me. I'm working the job. You feel me? So shit just blew up from there. I don't even know if I answered your question, but you feel me?
How do you get the name Troy Ave? Where'd you come up with that?
That's where I grew up at. I grew up on Union Street between Albany and Troy Avenue. So I took the avenue and I made it like Troy Avenue was a long, notorious avenue. Like it's like a neighborhood, and not a neighborhood. It's an avenue that runs from East Flatbush all the way to Best Eye, or Flatbush to Best Eye, and through Crown Heights. I'm from Crown Heights, so I'm in the middle. Down here is Flatbush. This is Best Eye. It runs all the way down Turner's into Lewis Ave. So I took that name. I was like, yo, how could I be on some New York shit or some Brooklyn shit, and then still just be like chill regular? I wasn't about to be the fucking hey, yo, the fucking abominable snowman MC, or like some corny names that people be having and shit. Like, man, I'm just Troy Ave. Sound like a regular name, Troy, and his avenue, and it's Brooklyn. So that's why I adopted that name from.
Now, how old are you when the career starts to take off in the music?
Music, I want to say like 2015, 2016. I'm like 28, 27.
And are you still actively selling drugs when you're in the full swing of the music?
Well, see, that's the thing. I stopped selling drugs at a time when all right, I had an apartment. I want to say it was about 2014. Few like a couple New York DJs started playing my music and shit like that, just like random. Shout out to Jovan, New NY, shout out to Funk Flex, just playing it randomly and shit. Over some mixtape shit. I had no relationships with these people I ain't know. And it stopped playing my music, and then I remember so me, I got a brand. It's called God is Great Paper Straight. GodIsGreatPaperStraight.com. Y'all go check it out. There's one of the merch from it or whatever. So like I really believe in God. And so something had happened at the time when I was doing music and selling drugs and shit. And then I had made a pact with God. I was like, yo God, if you let me be successful in his music shit, I'm not gonna touch no more drugs. You feel me? And like one thing I'm high on is keeping your word as a man, and you definitely got to keep your word with God. You feel me? So that happened, and I kept my word, and I never looked back. So I want to say up until like once I got like the freshman cover, I ain't touching no drugs again like that, except for like when I came out of jail in whatever that year was. I had to go. I didn't have to, but I sold some drugs just to pay my bills because I was on an ankle bracelet and shit. So I sold a couple birds. But I would never do it again unless my back was against the wall. But thank God my back can never be against the wall because I'm smart. But, I'm financially super literate.
Now, when you give up the drugs and you're all in on music, is it hard to get rid of some of the people that were around during the drug game?
Is it hard to get rid of some of the people? No, I don't know. So a lot of my peoples that was in the drug game with me, I took them into the music game. And then one of my peoples, excuse me, I just gave him my plug because he was the most responsible. He was more responsible than a lot of my homeboys that was, like this how I look at it. If I would let all my close peoples know, hey yo, listen, I'm about to go re-up. If I'm getting a bird for 28, yo, here, you could put it on it and you could get your shit for fucking 29. Just give me a point. You feel me? Because I got the plug. Or I could go get all the work and then you go sell it for, I don't know, 4 points higher, but I need half. Now you work for me instead of really working with me type shit. You know what I'm saying? And a majority of people would just be like, no, I'm gonna take the risk with your money. Pretty much is what they saying. They'll wait for me to get it and make half. So I knew like, you ain't that ambitious and you like you're not deserving of the plug that I have. But my people's that when I'm about to go get 5 bricks, boy, you wanna put in with me, yo, I got enough money for another 2. All right, cool. Maybe I'll get a lower price. The people's that went in with me, at the end when I was done, washed my hands of this shit, I gave them the plug. Cause they was like-minded. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have to get rid of the people. I got some friends till this day that was, in the game and shit. And the other people I just come on here. Now y'all rap, y'all do music or something. Cause this hustling thing ain't for you because you didn't try to level up with it. And there's no knock on them. Some people that just ain't they thing. They not trying to level up. You feel me? Like so, for example, got my first when I got my first break, I was trying to sell my plug some drugs. I'm thinking, yo, Spanish nigga, he probably sniffed some coke. Yo, hon, this is what I got. And then he like, yo, where you get that from? Oh, look. He showed me some shit. I'm like, yo, listen, my first plug was my jeweler, like actual, but like he makes jewelry, not one of those jewelers with a showcase. He makes jewelry for David Yurman and shit like that. I'm like, yo, listen, I got this Rolex from you. I'll give you this. I had a couple thousand in my pocket. Let me get this brick. I'll be back in fucking 3 days or whatever. He said, yo, I'll give you 2. I bought that shit back in 1. It was going that night. Because all I did was go to all my peoples that I would put in for, yo, I need a big 8, 125 grams. Yo, you like people who was higher than me, they buy half a bird, whole bird. Hey, yo, home, let me put in some money with you. Same way I was employing my other people to do. Yo, let me put some bread in with you. Get me some shit at a better rate. I just went to them. Yo, look, I got this. Look what I got. You know what I'm saying? Like showing the fuck. And that shit was going that quick. But I said all that to say that when I came back with all the money that I got from them, I say, yo, here's all the money that I got from the brick, right? Here's my profit. I might have made 3,000, whatever the fuck I made profit. Here's my profit. And keep my watch and keep the money I gave you. Can you give me this again? Not, yo, let me get my watch back. Let me get the 3,000 I gave you. I'm going to keep my profit. Here's your brick. Can you front me again? That's bum shit. You feel me? That's not the way to do it. You supposed to always think about leveling up in life. So it's like, why wouldn't you say, hey, here, I'm all in again with you. And then some. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, Ian don't get what I'm saying. He's like, what the fuck? This guy, he doesn't, he's here with me, but he's like, I lost him. He's like, Rain Man. What does that mean? We should put that meme up with the Rain Man doing this shit. Like, wait, breaks, whatever. If I was talking about, all right, in your situation, if we talking about one of your friends' family, they invest in a concert. They say, yo, I need 30,000 to go throw this concert, right? And it's gonna be a hit. I'm gonna make some money. They say, okay, here's 30,000. Go throw your show. You make the money. You might make 40,000, right? Now, when you come back to them, the wrong way to do it was say, okay, here's your 30,000. I'm gonna throw another show. I need another 30,000. No, that's the wrong way. The right way to be, hey, here's 30,000 that you lent me. I made 40,000. Here's my other 10,000 in. Give me 20,000 now to go back and do this. You know what I'm saying? They might be like, I like this young man. He did the right. You know what? Take 40, take 50. Because you got what's called skin in the game. You're not being like a bum just trying to take all the risks with somebody else's money. Because then when shit goes bad, you just like, fuck it, you're screwed. You feel me?
Yeah, and you're lowering their risk by giving them the
Come
profit.
on. And that shows character and integrity. And in reverse, what you might think normally will happen, you might think, well, shit, if I only give them back their money, they might just give me back 30,000. No, you put in your money too, they might give you more. They might say, oh shit, here's 50. Go do your thing. You bought that back quick. And you gave me a little bit off the top. So that's how I carry myself, and that was leveling me up. And anybody that was like-minded like me, then I felt like they were privy to getting with my plug, and I put them on, and they blew up. I could say like they became bigger than I was, and I was at like 8 to 10 bricks a month. You know what I'm saying? They way bigger than I was, and like I feel happy about that, even though it was like some negative shit. It's really not at the same time. Whoever relates will relate, but like, I feel happy about that. Like I'm proud of seeing how they blew up. You know what I mean? Off the shit. Because I always had like, man, I'm doing this as a means to an end. they like, man, this is me full time. And I'm like, round of applause, do your fucking thing.
When you started touring and making that show money, was that better than the drug money?
Fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. If I'm making 8 to 10,000 a month, let's just say 10 for an even up number, not 8 to 10,000. If I'm selling 8 to 10 bricks a month, I'm doing 4 to 5 every 1st and 15th. And it's my money. It's no fronting. I'm like, nobody's fronting me. I'm paying this cash. I might be paying 28 to 30 a bird. So let's say 30, we talking 120,000, 150. That's my re-up. But then shit is going for 35, all kind of crazy numbers at the time. I come to Connecticut, I'm getting 40. I'm getting 10 points higher. So if I'm making off five bricks, I'm probably making like, let's say I'm doing 2 points. The average, I would do 3 points on each, but then I got my homeboys are selling for me. So if I got two bricks that's going to the homies, I'm probably splitting that. I'm getting 1.5, whatever, just so the peoples can eat. But then I'm coming out of town, I'm getting it remixed and taking work back. So let's just say of every 5 bricks, I'm probably making 3, 6, 2, maybe like 10,000, sometimes 12, 10,000. So we looking at like 20,000 a month. But off music, I'm getting $6,000 for one night. I'm making that off work, and then I'm going to a club and buying a section for 3,000 in bottles. Now I'm getting in the same club, not for free. I'm getting paid to be there and getting all the bottles on the house. Like, fuck yeah, music is way better. Like, tenfold. You can't make this shit up.
So why do you think some rappers have such a hard time leaving the drug game and end up getting jammed up later on when they could just tour?
If you look at the rappers that really get jammed up, I want to say without really thinking into it, is it's not really, really successful ones. If you really successful, and then, mind you, the whole time I'm independent. So whatever I do is 10 times of what another person did. If they go platinum, 100,000 records sold for me is platinum. So, cause I'm getting all the money. You feel me? They're not getting all the money.
So you never signed with anyone? You never got the record deal?
BSB Records, baby. Number 1 independent on the East Coast. Whole time, BSB Records. It's still BSB Records. That's it. I give myself a deal. I give other people deals. Matter of fact, if you got talent and your own money, come holler at me right now. We'll get you a deal. But like, same with the drug game. I only fuck with like-minded people. But I think the people that can't get out the streets, they might. So like, throughout my history and my career, like, you never seen me. I don't have like people around on some friendly extorting me or some, like, I'm not like a passive, like a lot of artists they'll be soft, or they'll be suckers, which is cool, but then they put the wolves around them. I am a wolf. I don't, you know what I'm saying? The wolves that's with me, we running in a pack. You feel me? Hence the Urban Plaza situation. I'm not falling back scared and somebody else is doing the shooting. I'm doing that myself. So me having that, with that mind frame, doing music is like, why would I let somebody else jeopardize my shit? I done had people like, hey, yo, listen, man, this person is, I done had people try to come to me in the club. I'm in Miami. One of my good friends right now, till this day, my dog. I won't say his name, but we met by him trying to buy some bricks from me. And he like, yo, man, I fuck with you. Your movement, man, I fuck with everything, bro. I'm in the streets. I'm trying to grab some shit from you. I said, word. I said, what you trying to grab? He might have said, like, I'm trying to grab like 2, 3. I said, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm getting like 6,000 to be here right now. If I sold you 2, 3 birds, I'm only gonna make 6 to 9,000. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna jeopardize the shit I got going on for that. You feel me? Not saying that you with the police or anything. It's just not worth it. me even trafficking and shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, but if he was talking about 10, then I'll take a quick little 30, 20, 30 piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we count money. 20, 30, 25 times is 100. That's 6 figures. But I say, that ain't worth it. But I never felt the pressure because I was the guy. I wasn't like, I'm not the guy that's being protected. You know what I'm saying? I'm the protector. I'm not the guy that got the big homies that's funding him. I'm the one funding shit. So I don't feel that pressure of somebody being like, hey, yo, I need to get this work. Like, you're not gonna jeopardize the shit I got going on for some petty shit you got going on. So I never felt that pressure. But most artists, they not the guys. It's a guy in the background that's putting the chain on them. It's a guy in the background that's paying for their studio time, paying for their videos, paying for the clothes on their back, where they'll feel the pressure of, yeah, you gotta still do what I say, or you gotta fly. Yeah, you in a private jet, but I need you to put these pounds on your private jet. Cause I'm my artist. I'm my own artist. BSB Records is me. So I ain't feel that pressure. You feel me? But to each his own.
Now, even though you left the streets still found a way to catch up to you.
Yeah, it's just be like that. Sometimes, unfortunately, coming from our community, this shit is just like, it's fucked up.
What happened?
At what point?
With the shooting.
So I had a male stalker that had been, and it's called documented, everything I'm talking about. This person had like tweeted me over 900 times and just like offensive shit. Was out on social media. They made it real public about if they saw me, they would shoot me, and just all kind of like weirdo shit, you feel me? And then it just came to a head where we finally met, and that person, they backed out a gun. And like, I'm not, you heard of fight or flight. I'm always gonna choose to fight at that point in time, you know what I'm saying? So while they backed out the gun, I punched them in their mouth and went to reach for the gun, and they started shooting, and then melee broke out, and then, I was able, by the grace of God, to beat the shit out of them and take the gun back. And then, all anybody saw that was promoted is me shooting, but they didn't see all the other shit that happened until after the fact. You know what I'm saying? So it was really just a fact of a male stalker and a hater. It was like weird. It's like anything. Fuck, if Leonardo DiCaprio went through this, or like, this happens all the time in Hollywood. It just so happened that I'm from Brooklyn, New York, I'm black. Like, that is treated differently and looked at differently. But this was literally, I had no relationship with this person prior to music. You know what I'm saying? They just had an online feud in their mind. It's like some fanatic shit. Like, I'm gonna go at him. And when I see him, literally, you ever dealt with a stalker?
No.
Not yet? Well,
No, not yet.
Well,
Don't jinx me, man.
it comes with success. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a rite of passage.
I've had some weird ones that comment, but not to that level, no.
Right, yeah. So that's just weird, man. It's weird and unfortunate. But, that wasn't like street shit. The street found me. Like, it's like violence, but it wasn't street shit. It was all internet shit. It was all public shit. Street shit is supposed to be quiet, kept in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got shot on Christmas Day. That's street shit. That shit kept quiet in the shadows.
Was that before that shooting?
No, that was after.
That was after. So
Yeah.
do you get arrested for the shooting?
Yeah, I got arrested. I got charged with the murder of my friend. I got charged with attempted murder on the person that shot me, all the other people in the club, and my friend R.P. Banger. And I got charged with attempted murder on him.
But they gave you bail after the shooting.
No, I didn't get no bail. They remanded me a couple times. I had to stay in jail for like, I don't know, maybe a month. They kept remanding me like 2 court days. And then I had to get out on a bail that was far from the normal bail of somebody with attempted murder. Like, my bail was higher than anyone else. It makes, like, you could go shoot somebody in Times Square. Donald Trump says it all the time. I could kill somebody in Times Square. You could go in today and shoot somebody in Times Square and you wouldn't get a $500,000 bail. It's a fact, though. But comes with it.
Now, where were they holding you when you didn't have bail, when you were remanded?
I was in Rikers Island. I was in West Facility, same place they had Tupac. And Tupac, Lil Wayne was there, but Lil Wayne was like in his own cell. I was in like a dorm. So I was shot up and shit. I was shot up, so I was in a fucking wheelchair and all that good shit.
No, but when you were on bail.
Oh, on bail?
I mean, not on bail. Like,
Not on bail. I was in Rikers Island.
Right when you got the case. So
Yeah, I
you
was
weren't
in-
shot yet.
No, when I got the case, I was shot.
Oh, you were already shot.
That whole night, that is not
Oh, so
my
they
life got
waited to
turned
charge you.
upside down, like
Okay.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right then and there.
So they waited to charge you for that
They
nightclub
charged
shooting.
me in the hospital bed.
Oh, okay.
I wake up, police, handcuffs.
So
charged.
tell us about that shooting on Christmas Day.
No, Christmas Day was after. I didn't get charged for like I got shot on Christmas Day. I'm in my drop top. I got a project called White Christmas I drop every year. This is White Christmas 4. I'm going to get merch. I was selling these merch, these red hats, snakeskin python. They say bacon water with weight again. I'm picking them up from the tailor. It's Christmas Day. I'm drinking Ray and Nephew with the tailor because he's Jamaican. I'm chilling. I had like a red Maserati convertible. I got the shit parked on the sidewalk because I'm just like whatever. Shit parked on the sidewalk. I'm just being unruly and shit. And I stayed there for too long. And you know, when you stay around a place for too long, that's when people get the drop on you. You feel me? And that was just reckless on my part. But by the grace of God, I'm still here. And I'll peel off when I go out, I go to leave, and then somebody walk down on my shit. And then I got a bullet in my head right now, and I got a bullet in my back. I'm trying to drive myself to the hospital. Crash. A bunch of shit happened in between that, but whatever. And end up I'm here by the grace of God. That's what happened.
Was this gang related or who shot you?
It was in the streets. Just keep it at that. Like that's so people don't understand. Certain shit is in the streets. You just keep it in the streets. You don't get to going up on podcasts, social media, and talk about it. We talk about the public shit that people make public and internet, online shit, but any street shit. That's why I still I'm locked in with a lot of my good people from today. Like we don't. That's the code. You keep the street shit in the streets.
Now, how many months after was this from that nightclub shooting?
It happened in May. This happened on Christmas Day.
And they hadn't charged you for the May incident yet?
Oh yeah, I was charged. I was out on ankle bracelet.
Okay.
I was out on bail.
Okay.
On an ankle bracelet.
So you're out on bail.
And this is why, it's kind of why shit like that would happen, because if the whole world knows, let's humble it down. Fuck the whole world. Maybe the whole New York knows that, Troy Ave is out here, but he on an ankle bracelet. So he on an ankle bracelet, he ain't moving how he normally move, extra dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because if anybody does anything and I do violence to them, then I'm going to jail, because the bracelet monitor, you were there. There's no stories. There's no, it wasn't me. You see me anywhere, like I'm right there. So, they took that opportunity. They shot. I'm not mad at them. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look at the scoreboard. It's what it is. They did what they supposed to do. And that was it. So I just kept it in the street.
Now,
Police asked me, hey, did you see who did it? Oh, somebody in a hoodie. I don't know.
Now, do you make it to the hospital yourself, or do you crash and then...
I crash, and then shout to this guy picks me up. Shout to Queen Wolf. She puts a Gucci scarf over my head, and I'm covered in blood just to try to not make me look crazy to people. Where it's Christmas Day, it's crowded as fuck. We on Linden Boulevard, and one person stopped for me out of hundreds of people on that Linden Boulevard strip, and one person, when I get in the car, she like, yo, he shot. We trying to go to hospital. Hospital maybe 3 blocks away. He stops for me, and when I get in the car, whoever he's talking to, they start praying for me. That's how true it is. They start praying for me. And when we pull up to the spot, I walk into the joint, and I'm telling you, I'm shot in my head. And he tried to give me with a doctor or whatever, and they like taking their time. I say, this shit is fucking serious. I might be calm and composed, but I'm shot in my head. I take off the towel. I take off the scarf, the Gucci scarf. They see all the blood. Then they start moving and panicking. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how that happened.
Were you awake the whole time at the hospital, or did they?
Yeah, I was awake the whole time.
And did you have to go to surgery?
Shit, that's a good question. Did I have to go to surgery for that? Nah, all the bullets still in me, so I ain't have to go to surgery. It's literally a bullet in my head and it's a bullet in my back. It came in through this side and it's lodged up in this side. When I get massages, I gotta tell them to work around the bullet and shit.
Did the doctors tell you, like, if it came, say, a half inch this way, you would have been dead, or?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't be asking no like corny shit. It sound how it sound, but like people always say, yeah, if it was just this much further or that much, like it's always like that. Like the only time I remember, the only time that resonated with me when somebody said a half inch is because I was talking to my pastor. Oh, it turns out the guy that picked me up ended up being a pastor. I didn't know that. I go in a breakfast club. His sister reached out. She's like, I was the one praying. Because I was like, yo, if that pastor's around, I'm looking for him. Or that person is around, I'm looking for him, man. I wanna give him something like whatever. I appreciate him picking me up. Come to find out he's a pastor. Shout out to Pastor Rima. If you want a real pastor, Pastor Rima Duncan, look him up. Long story long, I get with I'm talking to Pastor. I'm like, damn, Pastor, I'm going through all this shit, man. I wish I would have just, if I was shooting this hater and this fucking stalker, if I had just went a little bit more and left off some more shots, I'd have killed him. And Pastor's like, yo, listen, you can't think about it like that. You can't look at it like that. Because if the bullet that hit you on Christmas Day had just went a little bit more to the left, a little to the right, you'd have been dead. And I shut up after that. I never spoke about it again. I said, you're absolutely right. You say you can't, God is the planner of all plans. You can't question that. You feel me?
Why do you think you survived that day?
Because I'm blessed to be here. I'm chosen to be here for a reason. Most people perfect example, people, but hey, how you doing? And you could say, man, I'm having a horrible day. But oh yeah, I bet. When people say how you doing, they don't give a fuck. They just asking. It's just like going through the motions. When I say that, I really mean, hey, how you doing? If you tell me you got a problem, I'm gonna try to figure. Even a stranger, might be a homeless man with it. Man, I only made 32 cents today. All right, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna give you some money. I'm gonna say, hey, well, what are you doing? Panhandle. What's your approach? Hey, ask this, whatever. Like I genuinely care about people. I'm genuinely here to raise my sons into being real men, to raising my daughter, you know what I'm saying, not being one of these street people. You feel me? Like, I'm here for a reason. Like, I got a good heart and I help way more people than I hurt. You feel me? I only do bad things to bad people. So in life, I believe that, like, you see all the shit that's going on in the world. You see all the fucked up people that try to, it's really heartless, reckless people that don't give a fuck about nothing. Like my presence in the world makes the world a better place. Whether it might be people that don't agree, but they not within my radius or within my reach. Anybody's ever met me, and the people could go in the comments. If you met me, you say, man, nah, Troy Ave, like he show love. I got people that come up to me and be like, man, yo, because of you, I'm a better father. It's because they see how I am with my kids. Because of you, yo, I believe in God because of you. You feel me? So you never know. It might be something like as small as I made someone be a more present and better father, and they child might go on to make the world a better place. They child might go on to imagine, look at it like this. Let's go back in history. Imagine somebody that, man, they was shot up, they was fucking they was ridiculed, they was fucking talked down upon, you know what I'm saying? But it's the way they carry themselves with a sense of integrity that made that Malcolm X looked up to that. Or Martin Luther King looked up to that. And he said, man, you listen, I'm going to take the good traits from that person. I'm going to go on and do shit for civil rights or whatever the fuck. You feel me? So, like, we don't know what God's plan is. All I could do is deal with the people in front of me. And I know every time I encounter somebody, I show love. I make the world, I try to make, my goal is to leave the world a better place than I came in it. You feel me? And while most people, you know, they get killed, they was just on bullshit. They wasn't doing nothing. They was selfish. They only cared about them and theirs. You feel me? Like, I'm not on that. Man, I try to just my motto is spread love and destroy hate. God is great and the paper straight. I'm here to motivate people. Whoever ain't motivated by me, then you hate it. And it is, if you a hater, I can't do nothing for you. I can't relate to you. That ain't my bop.
Now, you said they charged you while you were in your hospital bed. What was that about?
That was for they all the shit, the shooting on the camera, my friend being dead. That's how I found that shit out on the hospital bed. Like, imagine how crazy that was to me. How shit was fucked me up. Um, Everything before they knew all the extra shit. I got more charges after, of
So they
course.
re-indicted you, like gave you extra charges.
Yeah, they fucked me over.
Now,
I mean, they ain't fucked me over. It was what it was.
now I was on Google. There's a bunch of images of you going to court, and you're in a wheelchair. You got your leg up.
Yeah.
You were going through that whole process. How long after the shooting did that? What was it? A trial?
I want to say no. That was like the initial. That was just all me getting indicted. So I mean, that went on from. I was in jail for. Oh shit! I thought I was in jail for a month. I was in jail for almost 2 months. So that was me back and forth to court. That was me. The one with me with my leg up. I was leaving the hospital, whatever hospital that is in Manhattan. I was leaving there, and then all that other shit was me trying to get bail. Like, yo, this ain't what y'all thinking. You know what I'm saying? I ain't shoot all these people. I didn't kill my best friend. This ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I took the gun from this person who shot me and I'm shooting at him. But all y'all have is the image of me shooting at him. And then he turns around and goes and says, yo, Troy Ave, he killed his man and he's shooting at me, like crazy shit, man. Like, this is like the most unique situation ever in the history of hip hop. Facts. And I went through that. I ain't tripping. It come with the territory.
Who was someone that reached out to you that you were surprised by when all of this went down? You're in the hospital bed. Who reaches out in the hip hop community?
I'm saying shout out to 50 Cent. That's why I fuck with 50 till this day. You know what I'm saying? He reached out. He sent an attorney. He didn't pay for that fucking attorney, but he sent him. He didn't pay for that attorney, Fifth. I paid for that out of my own pocket. But he sent an attorney to talk to me. I'm chewing cherries, y'all. I'm drinking an old fashioned. I'm relaxing. I don't know. You know, ironically, I went to that show to perform, to come out for T.I. T.I. didn't send a lawyer. He didn't reach out. He didn't come visit the hospital, nothing. He just got the fuck out of there on some scary shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say, oh, hey, this is how you deal with these situations, nothing. And he had been in a situation prior where he went to a club, got into an altercation with somebody, and his friend died. His situation is different because he got in an altercation. He was acting tough with the guy. They got on the highway, and then the person filled their shit up, lit it up, and then they died. It wasn't my situation. Is just a long time stalker and a hater, and it was all on camera. You know what I'm saying? And they was soon we in the club, whatever. It's different, but he kind of like fake distance himself on some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just not how I would have handled it if it was an artist that I was trying to sign and bring on, you know, act like I had love for. But you can't. I learned in life. And you asked me earlier, what's some things that my parents taught me? There's something that I'm going to teach my kids, that you can't expect everybody to be like you, because that'll cause you nothing but heartache and hardships. Just expect everybody to be themselves and you're you. Don't, because you'll be disappointed almost every time. You feel me?
So now Rikers Island, as someone that's well known like you, and you're also injured as badly as you were, what was that like for you?
Well, they had me in the West facility. So the West facility was like people that was coming there for other injuries, bullshit, like fights, different medical shit. High profile goes there also. And this is all the first time. The last time I went and I did, like, you know, what's called a year in jail, but which was way less. It was cool. It was like fucking camp. I went to Anthony Mason camp when I was a kid. It was like camp. It was like a bunch of fucking criminals. We played dominoes. We played spades. You know, we traded commissary and shit. We bet commissary on basketball games. I think Golden State was in the finals. We betting popcorn and shit like that. It was cool. The worst part was me not knowing when I'm getting out. It was all the getting remanded. I remember somebody in there. He was like, "Man, I'm getting out in September," and I'm like, "Damn." Excuse me. I'm like, "Damn, that's long." But pause. I'm like, "Damn, that's long." But it's fucking June when he's telling me that. You know what I mean? I'm like, "Man, get me the fuck out this jail. I'm used to living in luxury." You feel me? I got marble in my bathroom. You know, heated floors. This is bum shit. But I end up going in and doing longer than him. Pause. So it was like cool. It was people, you know, people got into fights and I got the residual of some pepper spray, which is fucking whack. But that showed me the power of pepper spray. It was two inmates that they had a fucking heated till the death feud. And they ended up fighting and shit like that. Shout out to them, they kept the weapons out of it. They fighting, going at it, and they get pepper sprayed. Shh. By the end of that pepper spraying, they're both in one singular sink, helping each other wash their eyes out. I said, pepper spray brings the community together, man. Pepper spray is a peacemaker. Can't make this shit up. So with that, and then, you know, just a bunch of fake tough guys, which is cool. They ain't act tough with me. But like, you know, I talk to some of them like, "Yo, chill the fuck out, bro. Why you trying to bully this person or whatever?" You know what I'm saying? Even if they not doing it with me. Well, one, because, you know, I'm Troy Ave. And then two, I don't give off that demeanor that I'm just gonna be played with in a wheelchair or not. I'm in his wheelchair, but I can stand. I'm just saying shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool. It wasn't bad. I talked on the phone as much as I wanted to. It wasn't bad. I mean, there's no bitches, there's no money. I don't do drugs, so I wasn't in the bathroom smoking weed with everybody. Just eating food. Shout out to some of the guys, man. They was cooking good food for me. The barber would come to the house. It wasn't horrible. If I often joke with my friends like, "Hey, yo, listen, how much would they have to pay you to go to jail for a month?" And I'm gonna ask you this question: how much would they have to pay you to go to jail for a month?
Well, you know, I went back to prison for 3 months last year for $250,000 for Mr. Beast.
Oh, that's different.
That was real prison.
That's a controlled environment.
No, that was harder than prison.
But yeah, it was harder than prison, but only probably because they wanted to create those different.
No contraband, no books the first 30 days, nothing.
Can't get killed.
I guess, yeah.
Can't get fucking raped. Your butthole is protected.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Pause. You say, yeah.
I think.
You say, I guess.
I think for me to go back to a real... all right, fine.
I'll go to jail. I'll go to jail for $250,000. I'll go to jail. You got to be realistic, right? Like, I'm realistic. You got to look at what you make a month.
Yeah, but times it by 2 for a safety factor.
It's no safety. All right, whatever. It's no real safety factor. You chilling. But...
No, in a real jail, you're saying you could get raped, you could get
in a
stabbed.
real jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In a real jail. But, like, fuck it. It comes with the risk. But whatever.
Then why risk it then? You want
That's
extra
what I'm
money.
saying. Now you got to look at it like, there's people out here making $0 a month. Nothing. They're making shit. They're in a negative. They're borrowing from people. You know what I'm saying? So here's another thing I ask. Like, I remember when BMF went to jail, whatever. Would you trade 25 years of bowling for 10 years in jail? I think so. I mean, like, it got to be super bowling, like, out of control bowling. You know what I'm saying? 25 years of bowling for 10 years in jail, cool. Would you, like, at this point, by the grace of God, I make a lot of money a month. So it had to be something stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, in 3 months, to keep it a buck, I'm not going to make $500,000. You feel me? But in 3 months, I damn near make $250,000. You feel me? So I'm not going to jail for $500,000 for 3 months when I'm making $250,000. But if they say, yo, you get $1 million for 3 months, man, let me get the fuck out of here. Leave all my shit. I'm going in my socks right now. Fact though. You feel me? So how much would you go to jail for in 3 months? For 3 months. Well, not forget the Mr. Visa real jail.
I'd do it for $500,000 For
My
500,000.
man, that's what I'm talking. Let me
Yeah.
give you an air fist bump.
I would
Come
do it for
on.
500,000.
Most people are unrealistic. Only
Yeah.
stupid people, I wouldn't go to jail. No, man, jail is fucked up, but it's not that bad. If you know you when you're getting out and you're getting paid. What the fuck ever, whatever.
Now, how you mentioned that you made sure no one stood on you, even though you were in a wheelchair. How do you assert that dominance? Because that you're in a very vulnerable moment, injured. You're a target.
I think it's really just personality, bro. Like if you don't have that, like I don't go in jail I never try to act tough. Like if somebody's a bully, then I'm gonna bully the bullies. You feel me? And there's certain ways that you could just bullies look for weak targets. And even though I'm in a wheelchair, I'm not weak at no point. You feel me? And like bullies look for easy shit. Like somebody, if you into the violence, you can have no legs and still be into the violence and do shit to somebody. So like, I'm just on some chilling shit, man. I'm kicking it with the guys. We popping shit. We playing fucking spades. I'm playing dominoes with my Spanish homies. We fucking, if some of the homies reading Bible verses. Yo, read some shit to me, bro. Like, I'm just going in there down to earth. So I think people know who to play with. So even in the wheelchair, all right, he's not gonna be easy. Let's not even play with him. You feel me?
So now you get bail. How long does your legal proceedings play out
Oh,
for?
years. It was after COVID happened, all kind of shit. So years I'm going through the legal shit. You feel me?
And what's going on with your music career? Did the shooting derail it, or no, because you're independent?
So
or-
it's two things. I couldn't do any shows or performances. The hip hop police, the mayor said I was a thug, so I was banned from all New York shit on the front page of the news, right? And then the hip hop police, they had me. I'm trying to go. I remember my first show in North Carolina. They called ahead. Do you know who this guy is? You know he's on ankle monitor. You letting him perform there? So that kind of derailed me. But my streams went up. This when streams started kicking in. So my streams went up. So I'm getting 25,000 a month from streams. Just chilling. I'm sitting in the house. I'm chilling. I'm doing my thing. So like my career took the hit from I couldn't be out with touching the people and my core fan base, which was New York. I think if whoever could look at Spotify, I got certain places, New York, California, Phoenix, Connecticut, like shit like that. I couldn't touch the people, but I was running up the money and I only got into it for the money. So it really didn't matter.
So do you think in a way that made you more valuable because people couldn't see you? They were looking for that music and streaming's popping off?
I don't know. I never thought about that. I would say, maybe, maybe not. Maybe because sometimes you out of sight, out of mind. So I think if I wasn't independent, I'd be screwed. I'd be fucked over up shit's creek. But because I'm independent, I'm getting 95% of my money. So I could live off all the streaming and chill. I could live off the publishing checks and shit. You feel me? And I'm always a person that I live underneath my means. Now my means happen to be very high, but I live way underneath it. You know what I'm saying? Which is still on some bowling shit, but I'm living underneath it. So I don't buy nothing if I can't buy it 4 times. You feel me? If I buy a Ferrari, I could have bought that bitch 4 times. If I buy a house, I could have bought it 4 times. So it kind of all worked out for me where I ain't have a bunch of expenses in life and while overhead, like I was saying about rent, I always bought and owned my cribs. I bought them cash. So I ain't have rent where like, damn, I'm under pressure. I'm gonna get kicked out. So I don't know. It all worked out. It kind of worked out for the best.
So what happens to the legal case?
The legal case carries on. And I think in like 2024, I ended up going to jail for it. The FBI does an investigation. They found out that the gun is not actually mine, that they said was mine. Yo, this is his gun. They did their forensic. They found out that, okay, if you're saying it's his gun, how could it be if his fingerprints are not on the clip? Because if you own possession of a gun, you have your fingerprints on the bullets and the clip. His fingerprints is only on the trigger because I'm firing at the hater and the stalker. So that ends up happening. I'm not charged with the attempt murder on my friend, but I still am charged with weapons possession and attempt murder on the person I took the gun from, because in New York we don't have self-defense. You know what I'm saying? So that was it. I had to, um, I had to I had to pay a shitload of money, which like kind of like pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? And then my defense team had to have a negotiation with the prosecutor. Like, yo, listen, this guy is fucking. He's not a bad guy. How the other person is claiming on court document. Troy Ave is a bad guy. He shot these people here or whatever. Yo, he comes, he works, he takes care of his family. You don't have no other incidences of him being in trouble past being a little teenager. He's been on the straight and narrow. This is the real story of what happened. The evidence, your evidence proves it. Not anything we gave. Your evidence proves it. Like, let's figure something out better for him. Like, he shouldn't have to go to jail for all this time. And so that was it.
And how much time did they give you?
I got a year for weapons possession and a bunch of shit. And then with the time I already served and shit.
Now, do you think if you didn't have that expensive legal team, it would have been a different outcome?
Absolutely. Hell yeah. Everything got a price. You got to pay. You're really paying for the intelligence of the people to say, hey, well, here's a strategy. Here's the case studies on what happened. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want to urge people and take off this hat. I don't want to gas people to be like, some people don't have that money. You know what I'm saying? And you're not stuck. You gotta get in a law library. You gotta ask ChatGPT motherfucking T. Like, yo, what's up with this shit? How can I get up out of this shit? I'm innocent. And figure it out. But like, I had lawyers that was like Benjamin Brothman. He defended Jay-Z in the stabbing case. He defended Plexico Burris in the shooting. He told me like $250,000 and shit. I didn't have $250,000 cash at the time, but I ended up paying like $125 for my shit, which was cool. Cause I was able to have John Stella, one of the best attorneys in the game. He beat gun cases for me and all of my friends. You know what I'm saying? And like John Stella really cares. He's one of those real attorneys. I think, I don't know, it might be money, relationships, whatever, but you definitely need some paper. There are some legal aids that give a fuck and then to fight for you or whatever. But you know, I don't know. I think money would help me a lot.
What does that tell you about the criminal justice system?
It is what we always thought it was. And I'm not mad at it. End of the day, we value money. No matter how people say, oh, money isn't everything here. Money counts because it costs money to be here. The microphones cost money. Fucking computer screens. Everything costs money. So, with there's certain crimes that they say money can't buy, but you know, the fuck. Shout out to OJ. You feel me? Not saying he's guilty, but like it's certain shit that, yo, if you have a certain amount of money, you have to pay. You gotta, not only are you paying for the legal defense, but you paying for the relationships. You don't know who plays cards with the judge. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like you go to certain attorneys, they gonna tell you, yo, it's gonna cost this much to beat it. And then you like, damn, you at a crossroads. Like now you start thinking in hindsight, like, damn, did I really have to be offended by this person bumping into me and spitting in my face, and now I shot them, and now I got to pay for their legal fees because they're suing like a bitch, and now I got to pay for this attorney. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really think about it and be like, damn, sometimes let me just avoid the bullshit. But the legal system is what it is. Everything has a price. Like, you run a red light, it costs you this much. You feel me? You get caught pissing in public, it costs you this much. You get whatever, you down to recycling. I don't know if y'all recycle out here, but if you get a fine for not recycling in New Jersey, it costs you this much, which is cool. I'm cool with it because everything has a monetary value. You could kill somebody dead in the streets and go ask their fucking wife, husband, hey, listen, if I pay you $10 million, will you be cool with this? Brushing them? Yeah, sure, no problem. Well, if I pay you $20,000, no, you got to go to jail. So it is what it is. I don't try to change the rules. Let me play within them and bend them. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think every person I've talked to that's gotten a sweet plea deal has always had a paid attorney.
You should. It's like, I say this all the time on my podcast. Go check out the Troy Ave podcast. When people say, oh man, this bitch, she only likes guys in foreign cars and she's ain't shit. Well, guess what? You like her? Go get you a fucking foreign car. Go do that. Don't complain about it. You don't complain about the game. You just adapt to the rules of the game. It is what it is.
So you get a year, you get sentenced to a year at Rikers. What was it like that second time going back, not injured, not in a wheelchair, different circumstances?
So the second time was, I want to say it was easier than the first time, pause, but it was longer. But at least I knew I was getting out. So what I did to kind of trick myself was I didn't want to know my release date until about May. I think I found out my release date in May. I went in February. Some of the CEOs would look, oh, you about to get out? No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Yo, yeah, you good? How much time you got? Man, I gave me a year. They'll try to tell me every time you try, no, don't say nothing. I'm on the phone with somebody, oh, I looked it up. You about to be out? No, don't tell me. And May when they told me, because I look at it like if you like a working man, working woman, and then you at work and now it's 11 a.m. and you looking at the clock, you know you don't get out till 5. And you just like, damn, now everything becomes slower instead of just going through the motions. So once I found out in May, might have even been June when I get out, then it was like, okay, now I'm on the countdown. It's cool. Fuck it, I ain't tripping. That one we had like I was high profile, so they had me in like my own single cell. When I went out, it was like some Pelican Bay shit that you see on like looking at TV with people in jail, everybody in their own cages, but the cages was all together and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. It was like little, like for the most part, it was all love and respect from everybody in there. Shout out to the guys that was in there. And then, here was 1 or 2 idiots, like, just trying to argue over the phone. It's a little different because we in a cell when we get the phone. If we was out in public, nobody's not arguing with me on the public about no phone. But if you in a cell, you could, yo, let me get the phone now and tell the CEO and trick it. But, like, if we in public, like, the fuck out of here. I'll let it call you. Let me know when you got something important to talk about, and then I'll let you get on respectfully. So that was cool. The easiest part was knowing that, all right, I'm about to get out. So at a certain point in time, I'm like, man, nobody can bother me. They was coming through, telling me about my pictures up. I got pictures of beautiful women. Not these beautiful women that, I remember some inmate, he tried to swagger jack, and nobody had pictures up on their cell at first. I'm putting pictures of all the shit I like to do with my kids, my life, different cars, you know what I'm saying, different vacations, whatever. And somebody else tried to do it. He putting a bunch of Instagram pictures. Like, bro, you putting up bitches that I fuck that you don't even know. So you're a weirdo. You know what I mean? But then, like, some of the captains would come through. Yeah, you got to take these off. Or new lieutenant, I don't know what the fuck they call them in there. You got to take these off. I got to take these. You know what? Cool. I'm on the countdown. I'm out of here anyway. Whatever you say don't bother me. Like, yeah, take it down, whatever. Or matter of fact, you come in and take it down. I remember they came in, took all, I'm not taking shit down because it was just one of those days when I was on bullshit. I'm not taking shit down. You come take it down. They came, took them all down. I had way more pictures. Had nothing but pictures. Feel me? Pictures and visits. That shit held me down. I had way more pictures. They took it down. They ended up giving me all the pictures at the end where they had to give me my property. You fucking idiot. It was a big deal for you to take down those pictures. I forgot about them. I didn't remember them until I looked at my property on the leave out. And most of the property I didn't even look at. It was just, oh, what's this? Oh, pictures. Oh, I remember this. They'll send me more pictures, whatever. So that was easier just because I was like in my own cell. I didn't have to deal with. Like, one of the funny stories that I talk about when I was in jail the first time is me and a couple of the guys, we up talking shit. It's late at night. It's like 2, 3 in the morning. We popping shit, talking mad loud. And then one of the other guys in the dorm said, man, would y'all shut up? I'm trying to get some sleep. And I remember saying, we all look at you. I said, man, shut the fuck up. You in jail. You ain't get no good night's sleep in here. And we all just start laughing and shit. But, like, I didn't have to deal with no dickheads like that. I could be as loud as I want in my cell, turn the TV up, do my thing. So it was cool. Just isolation and not being able to talk on the phone after like 8:50 p.m. until I got a phone and I could really talk. You know what I mean? Illegally, but Sometimes it's not even worth it to have no shit, no contraband as they call it.
Yeah, did money buy you certain privileges in
Oh
there?
fuck yeah, money buy me everything. Money buy me hot sauce. Money buy me phones. Money buy. I didn't do drugs, so I ain't need that shit. But yeah, hell yeah. But at the same time, I was always of the mindset where like I think logical and intelligent. So it's like, yo, I talk to myself. I don't know if anybody watching talk to yourself. You ever talk to yourself?
Yeah, of course.
All right, there you go. I talk to myself and I be like, yo, bro, you about to be up out of here, fucking 8 months, whatever it is. Why even get into all this shit and get an extra charge? This shit don't matter. You going back to a real life. Why have these little amenities in here when you going back? You live on an estate. Most people go to jail and all they cars get repoed. You got a Lamborghini and a Ferrari. When people ask you, well, what'd you do with the Lamb and what'd you do with your cars? They in my fucking garage. Where else would they be at? I don't have fake money like you guys. My shit's in my garage waiting for me to come home. So why would you go and try to add extra charges for shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like little certain shit I do with my money, or really I just got shit off the love. Just me being a solid person, me being like I represent and did a lot for New York City. So these are New York City COs that appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like just bullshit like getting pens and you know what I mean? Hot sauce is a contraband. If you don't got hot sauce, bullshit. But I wasn't at the same time the type of man I am. Excuse me. I'm not about to ask nobody to jeopardize their job for no money. Like what could I give you? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. It wasn't nothing in jail that I was willing to pay $20,000 for. But I'm saying like, what could I offer you? That's what comes with being intelligent, not being a dummy. I'm gonna offer a CO. Oh yeah, I'll give you $20,000 to get me in or whatever the fuck. When you probably making 70,000 a year, you doing mad overtime, making 100, whatever. I don't want anybody to risk their job because if you lose your job bringing me some shit in, I'm not about to pay you. Facts. But I would feel that. What's the word? I would feel an obligation. Like damn, I got this person lost their fucking job trying to help me. And really, they was helping themselves. So I didn't really ask for certain shit. Whatever somebody said they could do for me, if they could bring me some phones from another inmate, I appreciate that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you bring me some outside food, you feel me? Or simple shit like if you know what, don't do shit. But when my mail come through and they sending me all kind of fly clothes and shit that you're not supposed to have, just let me have it. I appreciate that. Pictures, different book. Like I had designer clothes in jail. You feel me? And give me multiple sneakers. Like my shit was looking like my old apartment. I got sneakers lined up on the floor. Got God is great paper straight slippers in my shit. I'm getting my brand clothes in this spot. So little shit like that. I think it's selfish to, and it shows the quality of the person and try to be like, yo, hey, risk your job and I'm gonna give you just to get me this. That shit don't matter.
Since you went to Rikers before this year's stint, did you do anything to prepare for this last one?
Did I do anything to prepare? A funny story. Shout out to AB, man. One of my people was Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? They say what they want to say about him now, but he was a champ and he was one of the most dynamic and provocative champs that we've had. So I say, yo, AB, I'm coming down the train, man. I'm about to go to jail. I need some training and shit. Just in case I gotta knock somebody out. But I was just talking shit. I knew like I'm good enough for a jail fight. Well, I ain't do shit to prepare. I just made sure that my finances was in order. Like a lot of shit was in auto pay. And because no matter what circumstance I'm going through, I feel like real men don't use that as an excuse not to take care of their obligations. You feel me? So my kids still have to get paid for. They still got to be in basketball. They still have to get their birthday gifts. You know what I'm saying? They still have to. They still need the pool opened at my house so they can swim. Um, my employees, they still have to get a check because we still got a job to do and we still got to run it up whether I'm in jail or not. Not, hey, the boss is in jail, now nobody gets paid. To me, that's not being a real man and a real boss. A boss is a real leader. And no matter the hardships, I knew I was going to go here. So what are you saying? I'm like, I'm not on, I need to level up if I'm not on a level where I could go to jail for a year and I still can take care of my bills. You got to lose it all. I always looked at people who, when people, the truth comes out when people die or go to jail. And that's when they lose it all or all the secrets come out and shit. Like, all my employees got paid. Nobody never missed a meal or missed a check while I was in jail. Because of my actions and whatever happened, you don't got to miss. Come on, keep this shit going. You feel me? Um, and that's it. I'm sending birthday gifts when I'm in jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending Mother's Day gifts, all kind of shit. Nobody missed shit. I just made sure my finances was in order. Everything was on auto pay, or I had somebody controlling my finances where I'm over the phone every day. We checking bank accounts. Like little shit like I had maybe 2 credit cards and one was like $12,000. So I think the limit might have been fucking, I don't know, $30,000, $30,000 on a credit card. I might have had like $12,000 out on it. Then the other one, I got an Amex, which, you know, every month you got to pay that in full, so that don't count. Then I had another credit card where it was like another 14,000, and the limit might have been under 40,000. So what I did while I was in jail, while I'm talking to my peoples that's going over my bank shit every day, I say, you know what? Listen, let's take the 14,000 I own and 12,000, and let's pay that whole shit off. Let's pay that 26,000 because between the two of those, I'm getting hit with a 29% APR. So I'm paying about whatever that is a month, 500, 600 a month. I don't know. Do the math. I'm like, why pay that if I'm gonna be in here for 8 months, a year? That's 4,800 extra. I said, let's pay that all off, and then let's pay that money back to me every month. So just different shit financially that I did while I was in jail, or like my YouTube. I lost my YouTube. I came up with a plan to run up my YouTube while I was in jail. So like jail was actually a good thing for me. That shit was a blessing in disguise. And I wouldn't take that experience back for nothing.
Would you encounter guys in there that wanted to, say, give you a hard time because you were on short time or because you were, say, successful?
Nah, not on some like
hater stuff.
I remember the first time I had COs, like, a CO asking me like, yo, how you get those slippers? Why you got on this sweatpants? Yeah, I'm fucking rich. That's how I got them. That's why I got Givenchy slippers on. You know, where's your, I forget what they call the jail clothes. I mean, I don't got them. I gave them to another inmate that didn't have them. If you want to go get me some, take time out your day, cool, no problem. Like, just certain little, like a majority of COs, 95% of them cool, solid. You know what I'm saying? They just there to work their job and get paid. But then you got the people who feel like, yeah, this my time to get one up. Revenge of the Nerds. It's my time to get one up on the guy that's, he can fuck my bitch in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? My fucking salary, he spends that on vacation. It's my time to get revenge. You know what I'm saying? And try to enforce rules. So just one of them, like, I remember they was telling me about my slippers, and I had on a sweatsuit. You can't really wear a sweatsuit in jail. You got to wear your tans. I'm like, man, I gave my tans to somebody. Well, what you doing with these slippers? And these what I like to wear. But I had to tell him, like one of the other CEOs, like, yo, chill, man. Why you don't worry about that? You know what I'm saying? One of the cool ones, like, why you tripping on him? Like, chill. But it was another one, and I had to tell him, like, yo, bro, listen. You could do whatever you want to do, whatever you think you want to enforce. Here's the reality of it. I'm only here for a short stay, which means I'll be leaving in a few. You'll be here for the next 15, 20 years. So nothing that you're going to do right now matters to me. You know what I'm saying? You could be cool about it or you could be a fool about it. But whatever you want to do, it don't matter to me. And then once I adapted that mentality, and then that CO was cool from there on out. Hey, yo, you fighting a lost battle, bro. Why you want to fuck with me for? I'm not one of these guys. I'm not saying, yo, CEO, I'll pay you this, sneak me this in. I'm not trying to have you lose your job, but I want to be comfortable. If I want to wear sweatsuits and I want to wear some God's Great Paper Straight or some Gallery Department or Jordans, just let me do that. Fuck it. Look the other way. You're not going to get fired. Don't. I think I deserve that, but if I don't deserve it, cool. You could take all my rights. I can have no commissary. I'm still going to be Troy Ave when I leave here. I'm still gonna get picked up in a Lamborghini with M's. You feel me? Cash. Just for the statement, not because I need it, but just for the statement of it. These are the things that you cannot stop. So why try to do it? And then you might see me on the outside, which I seen people, man, drinks on me. Fuck that, because you was cool. You feel me? Like different little fly shit. Man, you know what? I won't say the other shit I did, but I show love to people who show me grace and love on the inside. Pause. I show love on the outside. You feel me? So it's like I'm a way better friend than an enemy, and that was it.
Do you think Rikers Island deserves the reputation that it has for being a violent?
Fucking right, it does. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Rikers is a treacherous place. Treacherous place. I had people sending me kites like, yo, boy, this is what I do. Sending me pictures of their violence and, yo, let me know anybody you need, blah, blah, blah. Anybody you need. And I'm just like, I ain't no doubt. But in my head, I'm like, man, let me get the fuck away from this person because I'm out of here in a few and I'm not about to get an extra charge fucking with you. With your dumb shit. Like, I seen people, the place I was housed at, is for if you was on the news, you in my place. Harvey Weinstein was my neighbor. Trump's lawyer, one of them was
Michael Cohen?
Whatever, yeah. Anybody that was on the news, you come to where I'm at. And then anybody that's like a high-ranking gang leader, you know what I'm saying? Or if you get into some shit and you there for a short stay. So if you get into a bang out, a brawl, fucking scalpels and shit, you gonna come there for short stay and get out. So, like, I've seen where shit happen, like bad things happen to people on Rikers Island. So yeah, it deserves that reputation. Reputation is not what you want to be. Rikers Island definitely deserves that reputation. It's not where the fuck you want to be at all. I promise you that. Yeah, I promise you that, man.
What do you think was
You ever deal with somebody who's bipolar?
Of course. Yeah.
No, in real life.
Yeah.
Like medication?
Yeah.
Are you bipolar?
No.
How, when you deal with somebody who's bipolar, how do you have patience? How you deal with that?
A lot of times I just don't deal with it. I mean, I don't have any like close friends that are bipolar. But
what if it's a chick with some fire pussy and she's bipolar?
Well, thankful my girlfriend.
I'm just saying allegedly. I'm just saying allegedly. I'm just saying like
what happened?
Like how would you deal with that?
No, I don't think I would. I can't deal with crazy, man.
You can't deal with crazy.
I'm in a place in my life where it's just not worth it.
Yeah, I had a homeboy in my block. He was bipolar growing up. I just wanted to bring that up. Like.
So, what do you think was the worst thing you saw there?
On my last time, I mean, I seen a lot of people banging out with COs. Like they'll bang out like that, man. I'm not locking out or I'm not cuffing up, and they'll bang out on some wild shit. There's a lot of murderers that was in my shit. People getting 30 years, all kind of crazy shit. I mean, I had somebody that was across from me, and they was just like annoying. They was trying to get the phone, try to beef with me over the phone. So like, I think like he might have took my coolness for weakness. Like, had to remind him or just let him know that like, nigga, I'm really, whatever you think you in for, I'm way more of an animal than you. I just choose to be cool and successful, but whatever the shit you in for, you just got caught. So I had to be extra to let him know like, it's not that, whatever you think. And then just so happened that we crossed paths and we was cuffed up, but maybe I looked smaller in my cell or I looked like I wasn't with everything I'm with. And then he was very humble when we met and crossed paths, you know what I'm saying? And somebody else was like being disrespectful over like we did a deal where it was like a phone that was purchased, and then he had a problem with my man who middleman the deal and whatever, and his disrespect rolled over to me. But the person that he's having a problem with is an actual real murderer. Like, this a fact, is what he does. You only talking tough because you in a cage or whatever. But at like while he was talking, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not about to argue back and forth. You peon, you beneath me. We would never. You would buy a ticket to see me in real life. You know what I'm saying? We just happened to be in jail. Cool. So I just came up with a little plan and I threw piss in his face. You know what I'm saying? That was it. It's some slick shit. Piss on his face. Like I told you, he was a peon pussy. And then you know what I'm saying? And imagine we was out. I'd have got you out of here because you sleeping. You sleeping in jail. Imagine we was on the streets, what I'd have did to you. And that was it.
So he didn't retaliate when you threw
fuck
piss
he
on?
gonna retaliate, dude? Man, these people be pussy. In real life, the only people that be extra aggressive and shit, they really be pussies. So you have to exact extreme violence to let them know, like, man, stay in your place. You pussy. Go bully the people who are weak. You're not gonna play that shit with me. What's he gonna do? Yelling, oh, you wipe his face. What is he gonna do? The fuck are you gonna do? Like, that's why I don't like I'm never a bully. I don't be with none of that shit. I be humble and chill in real life. Real men, real gangsters don't be on bullshit timing or don't provoke people, because real gangsters think that other people are like them. And only in a way that, like, you know how I said I would tell my kids, don't think everybody's like you, but real gangsters think about consequences. Like, yo, if this person puts hands on me, I may kill them. You feel me? So a real gangster will say, well, you know what? Let me not provoke this person because I don't want to die for nothing. And this person may do something to me. But the suckers, the bullies, these people, they don't think the same, because they know if somebody does something to them, they wouldn't go that extreme. So they're willing to take those chances and those risks. You feel what I'm saying? Just like I'm not a thief. So when somebody comes to my house or my condo, whatever, I don't go hiding shit. Let me put this, because I don't have the mind of a thief. Yeah. I don't know if you're getting it, but
No, I
it's
get
like,
it. Yeah.
so that's like kind of like what it is. Like, what the fuck would they do? You're not gonna do shit to me. It's not like that. Rapping is a profession I chose to get money. It's like hustling. But before rap, if you from Brooklyn, you can ask anybody from Brooklyn. Like, I'm with everything and then some. I tell you, I was out here in Connecticut. I'm not one of those, I'm just cool and just getting money. I'm not one of those type of guys. I'm with all the shit. Money don't make me. I'm not like, I don't have the wolves around me. The wolves is in the pack because we running together. You feel me?
Do you think that year at Rikers hurt your music career? What was it like when you got out? Have you been able to rebuild it?
So I got to look at it from it's different perspectives, right? So I like to equate shit to money. I made way more money, like, out and being in there from just like streaming and shit. But can I do shows as much as I would have in the past? No, I can't do that. So it's like, if you equating that to it, then yes. But if you're not, if you're equating it to what matters is dollars and cents because it's business, then no. But again, I could put my phone on record memo and record us talking for 3 minutes, and I could put that out on fucking DistroKid, BSB Records, DistroKid, or whatever label. That a recording of us talking for 3 minutes will probably make me $1,000 in a year, just per se, right? I could take that same recording, promote it all over the place, and make $10,000. Then I could show it to people and they'll say, wow, yo, Troy Ave made a $10,000 off recording, off a conversation with him and Ian. But the whole time, I might have spent $9,800 to promote it. So on TikTok, I'm spending money on YouTube ads, all kind of shit, just to promote it to make that money. That's only a profit of $200. To me, I'm into the real money on what matters. I'd rather make $1,000 and not have to do shit, but just hit upload than $200. But everybody thinks, yo, he made $10,000. I spent 9,800 to make that 10,000. So that's the illusion of with music, and that's the beautiful thing and the blessing about me being independent is that I'ma still run up the money either way. I'm in the 3% of artists when it comes to Spotify. That means I got over 500,000 monthly listeners. That's in the 3% out of all artists in the world. You feel me? So either way, that money's coming. The YouTube channel, the Troy Ave, it was Troy Ave BSB. Now it's Troy Ave TV. I'm making 20 to 30,000 a month on that channel before it got taken down. And you gonna help me to get it back on record. You said that. Um, like I bought mad properties. I was never in like you asked me earlier, yo, when you did when you sold drugs or when you joined the gang, did you see it as a means to it? Like that's was gonna be your life. When I did music, I never seen that as being my life. I always bought when I sold drugs, I fucked up my first bit of money by trying to go straight and buy a property. And, a bunch of shit happened. I had fake paperwork or whatever, and I fucked up the money. Didn't work. I tried to open liquor store, laundromat, whatever. My means to an end ain't never been music. That's why I became a CEO. I was never an artist. I'm the owner, CEO of BSB Records. We sign artists. You feel me? So my end goal wasn't to be an artist. I owned 15 properties. I sold 2. I sold 1 while I was in jail. I owned 13 properties. I'm playing real life Monopoly out here. I pass go every month. I got several properties in Section 8. I could sit down here with you and talk every day, and I'm still gonna collect thousands of dollars off rent. You feel me? Like, so me sitting in jail, did it hurt my career? If we talking about musically, yeah, I can't do a lot of shows and shit, but the whole time I'm just collecting streams and money off that. I'm collecting money off this. I came up with the plan to get 30 bands, 20 bands a month off YouTube while in jail. I ran it up over $250,000. You feel me? So everything happened for a reason. Good shit. My man Champ always say good shit happen for good people. And like I wouldn't trade my time in jail for nothing because it got me in shape. I lost 30 pounds in there, not off working out, just off of eating right, knowing what's the calories in this, what you put in your body. You feel me? It got me thinking more. I had to become more dependent on my outside team as opposed to me. Like, I'm a Sagittarius, so we do a lot of shit ourselves on our own. Like, man, just get shit done. But I had to become more dependent on other people where, yo, here's the idea I have. I need you to follow through because I can't be hands-on. I'm in jail. And that allowed them to become stronger. So now when I'm out, now we all working stronger as a unit and shit. You feel me? And just like even down to the real estate and shit, I had to describe to contractors, yo, I want you to do this and that in this building that I purchased. I want you to do that in this multifamily. Make it look like the other property we got on Lardette. Do that, you know what I'm saying, without really seeing it. Because you only get to see shit once a week on a video chat. So I think that all made me a stronger man and prepared me from going on to the rest of my life. So has it hurt my career? If we talking about monetarily, I make more than I ever made at the height of my biggest songs right now in the present moment. You feel me? And I don't, like if you look, even people looking here on YouTube, everybody want to do interviews. Let me not say everybody. Lots of people want to do interviews. I pick and choose. You're not gonna see me hold out. I'm on here, I'm on there, I'm everywhere. No, I go when I got a project to promote. White Christmas 13 out now, new Troy Ave coming out. You know what I'm saying? When y'all see this interview, I don't have to go do shit just because I need some money. You feel me? Like, this shit is different. I'm stepping in snow in Louis Timbs. You feel me? It's different. So, I don't know. I can't answer that question. My career to me is just a businessman. My career is not just on some music shit. My career is all the properties I own. My career is being a CFO at a government contracting company just because I got the money to put up and back certain things. My career is having this GIGPS, God is Great paper straight merch, which we make. That shit went higher since I came out of jail. You know what I'm saying? My career is all these different things that I got going on. That's my career in a whole. My career is the career of a hustler, and business is booming. Post jail,
What do you think your teenage self would think of you now if you could sit across from each other
I'd be
today?
shocked. I would be like, I was telling one of my peoples the other day, like every goal I had set for myself, my goals coming out of being a teenager, like being a 19, 20-year-old hustler was, yo, I want to get a Benz, I want to get a Rolex, and I want to get a brick, a kilo of coke. I did that. My career coming in the music was, I want to own a building, I want to get a Ferrari, and I want to get $1 million. I did that. Every goal I set for me in life, I had to make more goals. I would often talk with a partner of mine who had passed away, Hovain, like while we was in actively enemies. Yo, you ever thought you'd be doing all this shit? You ever thought you have all these bitches and all this money? Nah, bro. I knew I would have a lot, but not like this. So like I exceeded my expectations by fucking, they say tenfold, I want to say by 50-fold, 60-fold. So my teenage self wouldn't even believe this shit. Like, you doing what? Like, what the fuck? Perfect example. I had one fur when I was a teenager, 16. Now my shit look like Pet Cemetery. Can't make this shit up. This like a Monday fur I got on. Like, real shit. Davy Crockett hats with the long tail. Like, I had to decide, should I wear the chinchilla? Maybe a couple days ago, full length, down to the floor. I needed to drag because it was cold. Most people watching this is not gonna relate. Oh, he's sucking, Peter. But you gotta understand, you can't be mad at somebody talking about their real life. If somebody comes up here with long, beautiful hair and they're like, oh, yeah, my hair is beautiful, Fabio, one of these people, it's their real fucking hair. You can't be mad at them. But like, I never imagined, bro, I really have a condo that I own, that I'm barely there. I'm probably there 4 times a month out of 30, 31 days. And then I have a house on an estate, right, that I drive to. It's 1:20 from my condo. And I enjoy being there more so in the summer because I got a pool and I import all kind of different plants and different landscaping and shit to make it feel like I don't have to go on a lot of vacations in the summer because my house feels like a resort. I never imagined that. That was never some shit I imagined that I would have. The building, I've been got that, own that, have tenants in that. So I would be, my teenage self, not only would I be proud of myself, but I wouldn't fucking believe it. I'd be, man, you shit me, get the fuck out of here. That's not you. Hey, you full of shit. That's not you. I only imagine having I told you, a Benz is how the dreams go. That's the ceiling of the dreams. And where I'm from, I got a Lamborghini and a Benz. And I'm only about to buy a Rolls Royce because both my sons' names is Roland and Renzo. They one name after me is Double R. And I said to myself, like in my mind, I ain't say it out to them, but I said to myself, I said, you know what? I'm going to get a Double R just for Roland and Renzo. My little daughter name is Rari. She's named after my Ferrari. Her name is Rari. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get a Double R just because. Just because. I got to make up new goals. I just took up golfing. You know what? I need a house on a golf club, and I'm going to join on a golf course, and I'm going to join a country club. I need the country club all on my shit, on some Mar-a-Lago shit. You feel me? And I'm doing that. So it's new. Like, to God be the glory. This is all the blessings that is bestowed upon me because I have a good heart. I don't know about nothing else. I did bad things to bad people, but my intentions always been good for, you know what I'm saying? And like all this shit come with it. And I don't be hiding it. I share it to people like, yo, listen, you could do this shit too. It take hard work, faith in God, dedication, and this shit could get done. You feel me? And so, like, my younger self wouldn't even, I might think my older self was bullshitting, like, get the fuck out of here. You're right. You got what? You're right. You're right. Like, when your option is, man, it was a snowstorm, so all right, I'll drive the Lamborghini. That's the option. Drive the Lamborghini because the Ferrari's not gonna get through all the snow. I would never fathom that. Where we come from, it's a Rolex and a big body Benz, not a Richard Mille. Like it's not. This ain't where we come from. I exceeded everything. You feel me? And It's like I got a boat. Come on, bro, a boat. I never think about having a boat, but I got the boat. This is what always happen. I always say, no fuck niggas formed against me shall prosper. Every time somebody try to go against me, it always work out in my favor. I got a boat only because when I came out of jail, I couldn't travel outside the tri-state. Or my ankle bracelet would go off and they'll try to violate me, whatever. So I'm used to taking vacations, living life. I had to start going on the boat. Shout out to my man Johnny, and just being in the ocean, because the ocean anywhere feels like you're anywhere. So I would start going on the boat often. Excuse me, I start asking questions. How much is a boat? Yo, why we can't just get one of these and chill? And just be docking in the ocean. So that all is a direct effect of me going to jail. Now I got a boat. No, I ain't got a fucking boat. Like, you feel me? A boat means break out another 1,000 every time you come out. Real shit. People don't have that. So these are all the things. So when you ask me questions like, did my career take a hit? I'm going to say, nah, it just gave a real hustler going to find a way to adapt. Okay, how we run up the money on some more? Okay, how can we do this? Let's think about it. And it opens you. You're not stuck in a box of your damn, it's the only thing I could do. Look, same thing with your show. You started, you showed me a bunch of merch. Yeah, merch before. Merch is a whole nother revenue source. You feel me? So I think everything that happened worked out, and I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't change it. Just beside like the people that I lost, that I had love for and still got love for. That's like the heartbreaking parts. At the same time, it come with it, man. Like they hated on Jesus. He had to die on the cross. To whoever may believe on that or don't. Like that's what happened in history. It just come with the territory. I ain't tripping.
Well, Troy, I appreciate you coming on the show today, man.
For sure. I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, this was an awesome
appreciate
interview.
These old fashions, too. Even though you ain't have no fucking orange pills.
We'll
when I come back here, I need orange pills. I need real orange pills, and I need you to be on the Troy Ave podcast.
Yeah, whenever you want, man. Okay. No question.
All right, don't Hollywood me. Yeah, whatever you want. Then all
Hollywood,
of a sudden.
Man, yeah.
Like,
you're the one asking demands with the orange pills. I'll give you my rider.
Oh, we got orange pills at the Troy Ave podcast. Okay. I promise you.
Okay.
We got everything you need.
And my appearance fee is $100,000.
So, easy, done. Just bill me, whatever. I'm gonna pay you.
You'll put on the Amex.
No, we're gonna break it down. It'll be over a 20-year period.
Oh yeah,
don't worry about it.
Thanks, man.
We got you.
All right, well,
do like a mortgage.
I appreciate you, brother.
For sure.